Hi guys, my name is Grace and I'm doing a Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine Twin Flame reading for this upcoming solar eclipse in Leo. I'm just so excited about this reading. It's just not perfect, but it's just very interesting and I just can't explain it. The energy is like, I'm just feeling the energy now, and it's just like it's something unexplainable and it's something big. I just cannot pinpoint how and why, in what way, but I'll just let the cards speak. Okay, so I have here the divine feminine and divine and masculine energy, general energy for this solar eclipse. So we have her going beyond normal. So I like to see this on the divine masculine side. So this is divine masculine side. So finally divine masculines they're known to just always use their logic with everything, and now they're finally following their heart. They're finally using their intuition. They're finally going beyond normal. They're finally moving beyond that dry existence. I'm not saying logic is wrong. Not using logic is wrong. There should be a balance between logic and intuition. But now I feel like there's too much logic with the divine masculine, sometimes too much planning. Now they're being encouraged by this energy of solar eclipse to finally go follow their heart, less planning, more doing. There's just this surge of energy. It's basically like there's a switch between the divine feminines and divine masculines, because they're now using their intuition. And I feel like the divine feminines now on this side, while I was picking out the cards, they're moving towards more on the masculine side of them. But at the same time, I feel like because the divine feminines are moving towards the masculine side of them, it's like balancing their feminine side. And because divine masculines are being guided to use their emotions more, their intuitions more, they're balancing their feminine and masculine side too. So there's a balance here that's happening. And less planning and more living. This is what's from the book as I'm reading it now. It's a pure and heart-centered way to manifest your art, your life path, and your essence into practical expression in the world. It involves a willingness to be led by nature instead of trying to control the powerful force of life, which is a bit like trying to fit a proverbial ocean in a teacup. It is far more intelligent to allow the ocean to be the ocean and to learn to swim in it, rather than trying to cram it into a vessel that is much too small. So basically, the divine masculine might be trying to control everything around them, have this like expectation of how they want their life to be. So there's too much planning in that. But with this energy, it's like they're learning to go with the flow more with life, at the same time trusting more in their intuition, but not obviously not letting all practicalities and logics at the same time, not letting that all go. So there's a balance in that, because the divine masculines, I feel like for the divine masculines that I'm connecting with, they've lived a life where they were being pressured all the time. I know for my divine masculine, that's a fact with my divine masculine. It's like they've been conditioned to do that. They've been conditioned to follow. They've been conditioned to follow society, follow what's being expected from them, and to do things according to the rules, to the accepted mainstream view. I feel like the divine feminines, most divine feminines, especially the one that I'm connected to, have led, have already done this first. For what I mean is, they've like rebelled first. Then because they've awakened first, the divine feminines, most divine feminines, they have led their divine masculines. They have they've gone beyond normal first, and they've served as models. They've served as leaders, not only for divine masculines but for the people around them. They've gone beyond normal already. Now it's time for the divine masculines to do the same. Even though the people around them might think they're crazy, but it's like giving them the courage to do that now. It's just a matter of time. They're being given ideas, and it's time for them to speak out now. Now for the divine feminines, I have here focus on the light. Divine feminines have started their projects because they've already awakened, but the divine masculines haven't really awakened yet. Now I feel like most divine masculines have awakened already, and is awakening at this moment in time, and it will just heighten because of this solar eclipse. So there's nothing to worry, divine feminines. If you're watching this, focus on the light, focus on your own light. You've already started these spiritual ventures. You have you've receiving guidance on what you have to do to focus on yourself. You have awakened because of this connection. Take the focus away from your divine masculines if you're still focused on your divine masculines, because you're only dampening your light by doing that. You are meant to awaken first, meant to start this venture first, to set the foundation for this path. And I feel like I'm also getting like that for some divine feminines that I'm connecting with. I know it's like a career, so you're probably thinking how you're gonna be able to financially provide for yourself. But if you think so much about that, it's like you should focus on the intention, or on why you started this. If you've already started your career, on why you started this in the first place. If it's to be of service of others, it's to help other people. And for me myself, I find that I have to reflect on that also. Do I care about? Because sometimes we get lost with the material gains, with the personal gains. Like, for example, for me, do I want views? Do I want more people to get more readings, or do I want to serve my purpose, or why I did this channel in the first place? Like those things. I have to go back to rethink why I'm doing this, and why I'm posting these videos, and what's my intention really is. So I feel like there's thinking about that, and it's just this oracle, according to the book, is it brings assurance of success of the highest order, not just commercially but from the heart. This is not just success on financial. This is success, abundance in all forms. You will feel fulfilled. You will feel happy. So this success to you, you've been working hard, divine feminines. You're gaining what you're reaping what you sow. It will manifest a highly valuable offering to the world. This is like an offering from the heart. Because you've opened your heart, to your divine masculines, because you've opened your heart, you've learned, you've opened your heart, you face the work, you did the work, you've opened your heart to this unconditional love, you've opened your heart to the world. This will, I'm hearing, this will provide for you like tenfolds. You will be provided. You will get abundance. However, you must stay focused. Enjoy the glittering lights of success, but don't be distracted by them. Stay on point with what you want to create and why. Whenever you get distracted by, because when you're distracted by other things, like your views, many people knowing you get distracted, you get into a state of lower vibrational energy, you get to a state of fear, like what if nobody views my videos, those kind of things. I get that sometimes. I'm like, but I find that whenever I do videos that I love doing, the topic that I enjoy doing, it's like it's more natural that it will gain more views, more comments, because it's coming more from my heart. It's something that is not forced from me. I did not get pressured to do it, if that makes sense. So just apply that same virtue in your life. How much you put effort into something, how much soul you put into it, that's how you're going to get back in return. Stay true to yourself. Always ask yourself why you're doing this. Why you're doing this in the first place. Why you're staying. Don't be distracted by other paths around you at this time, as you are too close to succeeding on the one you are on now. We're so close, divine feminines. We're getting there. We're getting what we want to achieve. So I hope that made sense for most of you. I hope that I've connected with you. And now the connecting card for the divine masculines, divine feminines, we have your metamorphosis. Now I've seen this card, the same card in reverse in divine masculines reading. I just didn't have the time to do the divine feminines one, but this is about, it's like, it's focusing on like the pain. The process is painful, but it's like going through the darkness to come out of the light. When you face your darkness, it will be painful, it will be harsh, but it will be worth it. So that's the message of this card. It's like a caterpillar growing inside and turning into a butterfly. It's painful for the caterpillar to release the comfort, to release the old life, to stay in the dark, to transform into this butterfly. But the caterpillar must keep growing, and that's what the caterpillar is meant to be. That's the caterpillar's purpose. So like the caterpillar, we're like growing, transforming spiritually as a person. Our soul keeps growing. We can't stay in the old ways. This is just saying that we're the divine masculines and divine feminines, twin flames, are experiencing temporary discomfort that we all must go through before the beauty is revealed. This will not you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking of like childbirth. I don't know, I think I'm watching too much of that childbirth thing. I don't know, I was just attracted to watch those. I still want to have my own child, but you know, it's very painful. I was watching the simulator also, with how men try to simulate the pain, the labor pains. I don't know, I haven't experienced them myself, but it's like with the childbirth, it's so painful, as many women said. But it's like when they got the child out of their belly, and it's like on their chest, all of those will be like erased. And I'm getting that's like the message here. All of those hardships is like it's nothing compared to the joy that you'll experience in the end of this. We're so close on. There's like a light in the end of the tunnel. So that's so funny how my intuition is working right now, thinking of childbirth and thinking of this spiritual growth. I believe I've read a comment where someone said this twin flame journey is more painful than childbirth for them. I don't know. Anyway, let's see what to expect. What can we expect for the divine masculine? So we'll see the divine masculine side. I have the cards here. So what to expect for the divine masculines? I feel like this is connecting to the third eye, connecting to their moving from the core. This is a strength. I feel like this is Kundalini awakening too. Their Kundalini have already awakened, because it's like the snake going up and the snake going down. This will cause Kundalini awakening. That's why they're growing their wings. Moving from the core, they're growing their wings. They're gaining their strength. I feel like while you're growing your wings, it's going to be a painful process. So yeah, so that they're gonna be able to fly and have this freedom and going beyond normal. I feel like this is like you're going to rebel in a good way. Yeah. So now I have here restoring cosmic order. So now we have your balance. This is Justice card. I feel like this is the balance of the divine feminine and divine feminine masculine within the divine masculine side. Balance within them. And I'm getting distracted while I'm doing the reading because my parents have awakened. My parents just woke up. I feel like this is the Wheel of Fortune. Whenever I see this is the Wheel of Fortune. I'm hearing like the fortune. Will be in Divine Masculine's favor now, this time when the wheel turns. Something about this solar eclipse. This is what to expect. And so much like connection from like ancestors. I feel like they're getting help from ancestors. Divine Masculines. You are getting help if you're a Divine Masculine watching this. So we have your separation from the source in reverse. The Devil card in reverse. This is like going. Whenever I see this card, this is the. I feel like this is the old ways. This is the manipulative behavior, the deceptive behavior, being separated from the source. It's in reverse now. So I feel like Divine Masculines are releasing those old selves. This conditioned part of them. This part of them that is being controlled by ego. To live a more authentic life now. This is what to expect. So that's very promising. And then we have here spiritual leaders taking the Hierophant off the pedestal. I feel like they are this being more open-minded now in terms of spirituality. I feel like Divine Masculines are researching more about other religions, other spiritual practices than the one that they are currently in right now, or they might be someone that is not really very religious person, but now they're more connected, trying to connect more with the source by exploring different practices and different teachings spiritually. So that's really good. That's what I'm getting with this. At the same time, this is about thinking about commitment, thinking about marriage. And I know some Divine Masculines really have had fear over commitment and intimacy. They might have a different like conditioned beliefs about marriage, like it's going to take away their freedom. But I feel like it's all in their upbringing, but they're getting out of those conditioning now anyway. But yeah, I feel like they're healing those. It's either they're thinking about commitment at the same time they're thinking about they're healing their commitment issues. So yeah, that's what's to expect for the Divine Masculines. Now we have here what to expect for the Divine. This is Divine Masculines. Did I say Divine Masculines? Now Divine Feminines side. We have here. So this is like a union card for me. Because this is like long-term commitment. This is like marriage. Because this is the Hierophant in this deck. And then we have here for the Divine Feminines, passionate play. I'm getting. It's time to play now, Divine Feminines. Be more lighthearted. You've been too serious about this journey. I know you really wanted it so bad. You just wanted to get it right. You just wanted to do your work. But now it's time for play. It's time to explore your passions. It's time to do something that you're really passionate about. To keep doing something that you're passionate about. To expand your spiritual based practice. If you're already doing that. It's time to reconnect back. For some Divine Feminines, just reconnecting back to why you're doing this. You probably have been out of focus when it comes to this. But yeah, that's where we're currently at with that. You gaining ideas on how to expand. Now we have your 9 of Discs. This is about career. This is about finances. More finances, because notice this is all 4 major arcanas for the divine masculines. Now for divine feminines, this is like more earth based, like more in the physical, because it's pentacles. Now we have here the 9 of discs, instinctual wisdom. This is focusing on yourself, enjoying your life. Even though you're on your own right now, you might be on a separation with your divine masculine for the divine feminines. And I feel like this is like mirror, because I'm seeing like this reflection here. I already talked about this. If you haven't watched a divine masculine reading that I did, I've talked about reflection and mirroring. Divine masculines, divine feminines are mirroring each other. That's really the main key things that I'm getting. Mirroring, balance, divine masculine, divine feminine balance, and fulfillment of wishes. There's a switch. There's the tables are turning. Yeah, this is you being encouraged to focus on what you're being passionate about, to be able to focus on what's making you happy other than this twin flame journey. Yeah, and I feel like divine masculines, your divine feminines are being watched by their divine masculines, just doing their own thing, because divine feminines are just doing their own thing. And if you're not, if you're a divine feminine and you're watching this, you're encouraged to do that. Just do your own thing. Then we have your 7 of discs in reverse. The waiting is over. The waiting is over, because this is the waiting card. It's time to harvest. It's harvest time. This is a fertility card for me. I was talking about pregnancy, because this is like a pregnant polar bear, but they're still being connected spiritually with the masculine. So now we have here the Lovers card. So this is like the union card to me. I feel like there's a mirroring here, because we have here this commitment marriage card, then we have here the Lovers. This is like this is like the marriage, and this is like the honeymoon. Like we're getting there. Okay, love in the highest octave, but this is about just unconditional love. I feel like this is merging our own divine masculine, divine feminine side within us, at the same time merging with our divine masculine. Divine feminine is merging with our divine masculine. Yeah, this is the merge. I don't know, I've not only in the physical plane, but on a spiritual plane. That's what's to expect. Now we'll take a look at the connective energy. What to expect: ask for what you want and be honest. And I'm seeing 11:11 when I said that. This is being connected with the divine. Both divine masculines and divine feminines just need to manifest and ask for what they want, not what they think they need, not compromising, not thinking about what they think they can have, but asking for what it is exactly that they want. Be honest and live authentically, and your wishes will be fulfilled. That's really the message here. I feel like this is being in control of. This reminds me of the Emperor card. This is like divine masculine, divine feminine have grown their wings and they're ready to fly. Very interesting. Very straightforward card. I'm not getting anything else on that. Now we'll get on to more details as I was doing this. Okay, let's see how divine masculines and divine feminines will be affected in physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. Now physically, divine masculines, we have here the Ace of Swords. They're going to live their life with more integrity, with more truth. They're going to speak out their truth. When I was picking the card, I saw King of Swords. I almost get the King of Swords, but I'm like, oh, not really feeling it. But then, after, because King of Swords to me is like, it's like the same thing, a similar thing is speaking the truth, living with more integrity. And then I shuffled the cards, and the Ace of Swords came out. So I feel like, even though I picked a different card, it's still the same meaning, it's still the same thing, it's still the same message. They're going to communicate in the physical. So, what more can I say with that? Now, emotionally, we have our Page of Wands for a divine masculine. They're having more enthusiasm. I've already said here with the going beyond normal, there's less planning and more living. And Page of Wands is someone that lives their life. This is someone that is willing to try something new in their life, willing to test something new. Although this was someone that doesn't stay on one thing, but the fact that the enthusiasm is there, I think that it's still a good card to have. They're still working on commitment. Divine masculines are, but they're getting there. I hope. Now, this like the staying factor. Now we have here the mentals. Mental, what they're thinking? They're thinking of making a love offer. And I feel like they're going back to the past. They're thinking about memories of the past with this one. It's because it's like it has a flower, and now they're looking at I don't know, I'm noticing these things. Like, it's like they're looking at the past, what they've had in the past, and now it's gone, and now it's empty, and they realize it's what they've lost. And now they're willing to make an offer again, a love offer. Now, that's what they're thinking. That's what's heavily on their mind, the memories, the happy memories with their divine feminines, obviously with this one. Or, yeah, I feel like for most of you, you've already had like history with your divine masculines. That's why I'm getting this. But I'm also getting it could also be just their picturing in their mind. I'm really getting most of you, this is like memories, but this could be like what they're imagining in their mind, imagining good memories to be able to share with you, to someone that they want to share it with, which is a divine feminines. Now we have here the spiritual. They're making a choice. It's time for them to make a choice now. It's really what the message here. It's also traveling. Maybe they have to travel. Maybe they're thinking about do they have enough money for that. They're going to make a choice now, make a decision, and it's going to affect their spiritual growth. That's why it's in the spiritual card, because yeah, it has a massive change, massive effect on their spirituality. They're going to grow spiritually with this. They're being guided on this. So divine feminines, no need to worry on those. I do feel like most divine feminines are warriors. Well, now we'll get on the divine feminines. How they're gonna be physically affected by this eclipse. We have here the Empress card. So physically, we're queens. Physically, we're transforming into the Empress in our life in general. We're becoming more nurturing, more compassionate, more open, more forgiving. Basically, we're just starting to embody the Empress in the physical. So yeah, we're transforming into this. What more can I say? This is the divine feminine. This is the divine feminine's essence card. We're stepping into our power, being more confident, being queenly. This is the Empress embodies all the queens. Queen of Pentacles, that is self-sufficient, abundance, financial abundant and independent, and balanced and motherly. Queen of Swords, that is truthful, not afraid to tell what they want. Queen of Cups, that is in touch with their emotions. And Queen of Wands, that is just confident and fiery. Now we have here the Magician card. So the Magician card is for the emotions. Very interesting, because emotionally divine feminines I feel it's still focused on manifesting. For me, this represents emotional balance, and this represents for me strength, because this reminds me of the Strength card, the infinity symbol there. I feel like there's a freedom within the emotions that's being achieved. There's a balance that's being achieved. That's why the divine feminines have a high manifesting power on their emotions. So I feel like what I'm getting here also is that make an effort to do the things that you love, that you're passionate about, so that we'll stay on a high vibration energy, because it's a powerful time for the divine feminines. Whatever you're feeling, if you're feeling good, you're like quickly get it. Even though when you're feeling bad, that's what it will manifest quickly. So stay on the feeling good side, so that's what will manifest, because whatever we're feeling, we're instantly manifesting it. We're getting into that, unlocking that power. And I've noticed that on myself too. I feel like I can easily manifest now. So yeah, that's how this manifestation is connected to emotions. Now, mentally, I feel like divine feminines are being more on their masculine side in terms of mentally. They're being more on the logical side, and they're gaining more power and being more in control when in their mind. And it's very interesting, because we have here, that's why I'm saying here balance, because we have here the divine feminine and the divine masculine because the Emperor embodies the divine masculine. But yeah, mentally we're trying to be in control. But, and I'm saying 4-4, but obviously too much control is also bad. So sometimes we're too much into control, we're being borderline possessive with things, especially divine masculines. We're being possessive with them, so just be careful with that. But this is stability. This is we're being like mentally stable with the Emperor here. So use that use that to your advantage, divine feminines. Basically all of this have like their higher vibrational, so stay higher vibrational so that you'll benefit on the higher vibrational aspects of these energies. Okay, so we have here, because I feel like, yeah, we're being in control, but at the same time we have here another 4 again, 4 of Pentacles, because I feel like there's this stubbornness that divine feminines still have. That's what I'm seeing anyway with most divine feminines I'm connected with, and with myself sometimes also it manifests. I'm trying my best to pull myself back when that happens and notice that. But yeah, with the 4 of Pentacles here in reverse, this is spiritually. If we divine feminines don't change will still happen, change will still take place. So we should not resist those changes. Don't focus so much on the material gains. All that is for us will be provided. We will probably worried with our finances too, especially if we're going out of our comfort zone, if we're living the life living the old life, that can be worrying with the finances. But yeah, change will still take place. It's coming and we know it. This is not a surprise that the change is coming. So yeah, that's really that's all what I'm getting here. I feel like this is pretty much self-explanatory too. Loosen your grip. Don't try to control everything. Change will still come, whether we resist it or not. So just be calm, divine feminines. It's time to play, not to control. With the passion, focus on our passions here, with the passionate play here card here. Now, for both divine masculines and divine feminines, these 2 cards, this came out while I was shuffling the cards without asking anything and asking any questions, and I was just so surprised. I mean, this came out of divine masculines. This is the Union Twin Flame card. I'm just saying, and I'm saying 4-4 again. I'm just speechless with this card. I'm like, sometimes I know I'm a reader and I can feel energies, and I still do get skeptical sometimes. Like, I still do get disheartened sometimes, because I'm human too. I'm a person too. Although I relay these positive messages that's what my intuition's telling me, I still feel disheartened sometimes. But it's just, whenever I start to doubt, these cards keeps coming, like, union is possible. This is just saying union is possible. It might not happen how the way we want it to happen and how fast we want it to happen, but it is coming. And then we have your Judgment card in reverse. I just feel like the more we control things, the more this awakening and this ascension is being delayed. But at the same time, with the Judgment card here, it's not over yet. This is just telling us that it's not over yet. So if you're watching this and you're a twin flame, you resonate with this, it's not over yet. Don't lose hope. And there's really a possibility for union. So yeah, that's the message for you right now. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sending you all love and light.